They're jumping in. Oh, jumping in. We have oh no, never mind. We're not jumping in. Now we're jumping in. Okay, it looks like Bowser versus Ryu with
Surya versus
no
Dave.
lag.
Oh.
Yeah, no lag versus Surya Kirinja. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry, Surya.
I think Bowser's an interesting choice. I'm not sure whether David knew that he was going up against a Ryu because oh well, it looks like we're changing possibly, but
Maybe they just can't start it.
I feel like Lucas has potential to do okay against Ryu. At least they're keeping him at a distance and challenging his approach perhaps, but we'll have to see how the Bowser does.
Yeah, their fireballs are both really strong, like Lucas with PK Fire, which is a really good zoning tool, and Ryu has Shakunetsu Hadouken and normal Hadoukens, which do a lot of damage if they connect, and you can combo into them as well with down tilt and some of his other specials. Bowser though,
Yeah, Bowser's a bit different.
he does have flamethrower, so there's the fire move covered.
Yeah, taking it to Kalos.
Kalos is an interesting stage. I think the flat stages really benefit Ryu because it makes it so much easier for him to zone the opponent.
Yeah, the platform's a little bit a bit more difficult to reach for Bowser here, I feel. Thinking about his side B, a bit closer to ledge, which can be a bit risky to use in something like Battlefield, which is almost a free use there. But
they pretty much does land on those. It's like a guaranteed kill because
yeah, so it's a bit more risk reward on this map, I feel.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just spacing each other out a little bit. They've traded pretty consistently between each other. Good catch there.
Yeah.
Orange percent's already on Ryu.
Yeah, I think Surya's game plan is mostly just to zone out Bowser and not let him in.
Yeah,
but
sometimes you got to keep him at a distance, and that's where that's where you should say, oh,
nice
gets
focus
him there.
attack.
Version.
Oh, it doesn't
Not
quite kill. Kalos,
heavy on rather large map. It's not going to get that early, unfortunately. He's going to have to work a bit harder.
Yeah.
But evening out the percents quite a bit, taking the lead. Very close now.
I think another combo should do it against Bowser.
Yeah, it's pretty much either of them. They both hit pretty hard when they know what they're doing. Gets the grab. Looks like he's just waiting to see what Bowser's going to do here, what David is choosing as options. He's not really pressing a very aggressive approach. He's kind of just standing back and waiting to see what happens. Oh, good air dodge there. Yeah. Misses the punish. It's definitely just spacing him. He's trying to get him to a percent perhaps where it's a guaranteed kill because Bowser's pretty heavy and this is a pretty big map in terms of blast zones. So
yeah, he is very heavy, but I'm pretty sure Shakunet, well not
there we go.
Too, I'm sure you can
finds the kill.
Now
it's about
Tatsu's also really strong.
Yeah. Ryu has some very strong kill options in general.
Yeah.
If you're patient enough to go looking for him. There it is, the side B we were talking about. Finds the reward, takes the risk, and now it's pretty much even on stock 2.
Yeah, basically.
See if Surya can find any other options besides simply spacing, but it seems to be working so far. These Hadoukens are really keeping him at a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, gets him on the last bit of the grounded up special.
Yeah. One thing I should know is that Bowser has so much more range than Ryu does.
Yeah.
Because his limbs are so long. So one thing Shotos really struggle with is range, just because they have these insane combos, but sometimes it can be hard to land them just because
and that's
their
possibly
attacks aren't very disjointed.
Yeah, that's possibly why Surya is trying to keep him at a distance. He doesn't perhaps have the range to support a strong and consistent approach option, so perhaps he's playing more of a punishment style, waiting to see what David does, capitalizing on his mistakes, trying to find these gaps where he can do the big damage and get the hard attacks. Oh, wrong side there. That could have been it for David on that stock, but
yeah, misses the focus.
Misses it. Ooh, tries the hard read on the F smash.
That's back air.
Ooh, doesn't get the spike.
Air instead of the down air. That was interesting.
Thought he would go for a down air there too, yeah. It seems as though David isn't really waiting to see what Surya is going to choose as a recovery option. So Surya just got a free re-entry to stage there because he tried for the hard read a bit low there. Oh, does he make it back?
Oh.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunate SD.
He missed the Shoryu after the focus. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that might have been the latency.
Oh.
That.
Gets the air dodge. Easily a kill percent here at 180, and he finds it.
Yeah.
Even on stock 3, anyone's here, anyone's game.
Yeah.
Good 15% off the grounded up special. Again, such a good move. But already finding these Hadoukens that he needs. Oh, tries to read the approach, but gets outranged there. I think that's a good show of what you were saying about Bowser versus Ryu range.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
he found a lot of those today, but misses the punish, unfortunately.
Maybe he expected it to be the light one. So
Misses the grab.
Crumple.
Yeah, true. They're both just taking it very patiently. Percentage is very even at the moment. It's anyone's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Gets the punish.
Oh, nice punish. Doesn't quite.
Not enough, not enough, but one step closer.
Oh,
that is one
doesn't quite shield break. Maybe the move was stale. That could have been it.
Could be. Finding the aerials. Good air dodge. Oh, it's the
not
wrong
quite.
punish, unfortunately. Good shield. Goes for the down smash, and there he goes.
Yeah,
So
the
good.
heavy jab connecting into the Shoryu. Really good combo.
Yeah, that was couldn't keep himself at a distance when he committed to the down smash there, so that gave Surya a good window to get in close and get the punish he needed, I feel. So
Yeah.
interesting to see if he's going to stay on Bowser. It wasn't doing too bad, I suppose, but from how quickly he went to switch there, I think we may be seeing a switch to Lucas. I believe he plays a bit more of, and
yeah, Lucas is definitely his main. We'll have to see if he we'll have to see if Surya stays Ryu as well. Even though he won that game, I know he likes to switch it up sometimes. He's got a bunch of different characters he plays, like Little Mac. He has a Bowser Jr. as well. Don't let him take you to Jungle Japes. You don't want to see him on those tapes.
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to either. But let's see what we've got here. Oh no, changing again. I think if it's Lucas Ryu, it may go a little bit differently. I think Lucas has better opportunity to keep him kind of at a distance, even though Bowser was doing a good job with the better range, as you were saying. Lucas has a lot more projectile options to keep him at bay, and if I'm not mistaken, PK Magnet does work on the Hadouken, which means that it should. Which means that Ryu's really going to struggle to stay at a distance because one of his only viable projectile is kind of. Not only does it not work against Lucas, it's kind of bad to use because it can help Lucas recover percentage as well, which is obviously a good thing. They're probably selecting stage as well. Interested to see if they go back to Kalos. It'll all depend on what characters they're choosing, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not sure what No Lag would be looking for. I think he's most comfortable on those big stages, so we could see a run back on Kalos, but I think it'd be more likely that he'd go somewhere like maybe PS2 or Town or something like that.
Yeah, well, they've both shown in the last game at least. Oh, we're seeing the Mac and we're seeing the Lucas, so two changes. Little Mac versus Lucas. So this changes things. Little Mac is very fast and can get in quite close against Lucas.
But he's also very limited to the ground as well. So
yes, true.
If
taking
Lucas
it to PS2,
PK fires close to ground level, it's going to be really hard for Mac to get in unless he.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of how well Surya can get in close and take those punishes. Finds the grab off the miss smash. Oh, goes for the counter. Gets the hard smash. Easy percent. Wow.
PK freeze.
Interesting use of PK freeze. PK freeze is a very strong move, and particularly on Wi-Fi, it's only stronger. I find. Wow, that's twice he's gone for that off ledge. I think he knows that Mac can't follow him down there and find any form of punish, so he might as well take his time, you know? If he can find a PK freeze, then he will. But Surya seems to be doing pretty well for himself here. Wow, he's just so fast.
Yeah. Well, Mac's really good at like weaving in and out.
Seems to be David is having a bit of a trigger happy moment here with these PK fires. They're working at least, but finds the punish there, which is a good start for him. He's got his KO. as
Yeah, I
well.
know. As a player, David's someone who, when he's in the lead, he's like at his best. He'll stay at the side and he'll PK fire and he'll wall you out and it'll be hell for you. But when he's
That's
behind, he finds it a lot harder to make up for the deficit because he sort of goes back to his habits of staying at the side and PK firing. But of course, that doesn't work if your opponent just goes, "Hey, I don't need to approach. I don't need to do
exactly that's
anything.
what
You
we're
have to
seeing.
come to
Yeah.
me."
Surya doesn't have to do anything now. He's got quite a heavy lead, built up 54% on David's Lucas here. Surya
Yeah.
can just, stand back, take a break, stop and smell the roses. It's David that now
Yeah.
has to approach if he wants to get any kind of lead. And
Exactly.
at the moment, what we're seeing is Surya is punishing any attempts at an approach that David's making. Wow, that was quite a scary moment there for David. Finds it on the shield. Surya waited a little bit too long. Gets the grab, looking for the Thunder punish. Finds it, but not off stage, so Surya gets back.
Yeah,
Jab
we'll have to
sends
see
pretty
if
far.
David can mix up his approach a bit and try and make his movement a bit tricky. I know Lucas has lots of tools to approach. Like he's got Zair, which is really good, and
Yeah,
he's got all sorts of double jump cancel shenanigans.
well, a lot of his attacks with the oh wow, finds the up
Nice up
smash.
smash.
Yeah, good.
Complaining about that move earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of his attacks have some pretty interesting disjoints as well that kind of catch you if you're not careful about hitting them properly or shielding them appropriately.
Yeah.
Finds the PK fires, but it doesn't do any hit stun on the smashes there with Mac, so he's still in it, and it's quite a significant lead here for Surya. David's going to have to work really hard to catch this back up.
Yeah, and you notice Surya's jumping over a lot of David's approaches. Like, he's playing Little Mac and he's able to jump over for free a lot of the time. Like, it's sort of like it's like he shouldn't be able to do that. He's playing
Yeah,
Little Mac, you know what I mean?
feels to me as if David's more concerned with keeping Surya at bay, like, get off me, as opposed to looking for ways to actually punish and find the percentage and the kills that he needs, and that's all he
Did he
needs
get
to
that with
secure the
down?
stock.
What move was that?
I think that was, is that his side special? I don't know Mac at all.
Oh, was that Haymaker? I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I honestly was in the middle of a train
I
of
thought
thought.
that was like a down air or something. Maybe
Yeah,
it was.
either way, a convincing lead there from Surya. Interesting to see if he sticks to the Mac, because that seemed to work quite convincingly, as did the change in stage to PS2.
Yeah, like I think with David, I understand like wanting to keep your opponent at a distance, but you can keep your opponent at a distance without like retreating all the way to the other side of the stage. Like you can use Lucas's disjoints, like his Zair or his I think
Exactly.
his forward air or something. Really,
Exactly. PK Fire is a
really
good
good
tool,
range
but I
as
don't think
well.
it's used so far. It's got no follow-up potential, unlike Ness's, so it's great as a initial damage build-up and getting knockback. But when you hit a PK Fire, what do? Reset, try and get another punish. So David has to work really hard as Lucas to get any form of follow-up over those. And we're seeing the same character choice. Interesting. Perhaps David is looking for a rematch to try and rectify the mistakes he made in the first match.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke for Surya, I definitely
Taking it to
wouldn't see
Battlefield a
trouble
bit
in there.
closer. Interesting.
Battlefield's an interesting choice. Maybe he'll be looking to use the platforms to help his approach a bit.
Yeah, not too sure, to be honest. Seems to be we're seeing the same thing from Surya, playing a bit more patiently, waiting to find the windows to get in. There's no big lead yet on Surya's side, so he has more incentive to approach, unlike what we saw in the last stocks of that match. Gets the down smash. It's got a very big hitbox, that one, and even though it's a bit slow, it does last a while.
Yeah.
Oh, tries for the counter read.
Much better for David. See, this is where he's really in his element, when he's got a really big lead and he can just wall you out.
About 50% lead here, but with Mac that can change in an instant. So
yeah, like
can't
I can
get too
sort of
comfortable just
understand.
yet.
I can understand why David will want to keep him out, because when Mac gets in, He really goes in and just like messes you up.
Exactly. Surya's doing a really good job of placing himself just at the edge of PK Fire's range. Oh, gets the counter there. Oh,
Oh,
unfortunate. Gimped there with the
poor
PK
little
Thunder.
Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that's it.
tragic. This is good. This is, like you're saying, exactly where David needs to be. A solid stock lead almost, only 27% in it. He has a lot more
Mm.
freedom to stay up top, see how much more he's using the air. Oh, finds the PK freeze. Such a dramatic difference to what we were seeing in the first stock of the first match of
Yeah,
Mac Lucas.
it's like the roles are reversed now.
Yeah,
Surya's the one
interesting. I don't
chasing
know
him
whether
down.
it's the stage or David's figured out what he did wrong in the last one,
Mm.
but he has the freedom to take his time here. Surya's the one to approach.
Yeah, and these
These down
platforms as well.
smashes.
Yeah, the platforms make it so much harder for Mac. Like, how's he gonna get to that top platform without
Exactly.
being really
You see, Lucas
predictable?
can just freely jump out a ledge there. There's very little that Surya can do to punish that. He's standing there throwing out as up smash, I believe, waiting for. Oh, finds the
Oh,
punish.
nice F
Good,
smash.
hard
Good
air
read
dodge
on where
read
he would
there.
land.
So 68%. It's a good lead for David, but not too much.
Oh, KO
Got the
punch
KO
comes
punch.
out. He taunts as well.
Oh,
you
tries
missed
for the
it.
hard KO read.
I
Oh
respect the
goodness.
attempts.
Oh,
Oh no!
that could be it.
That could be a
Perhaps
dead
karma
man.
has been served.
Oh,
Wow.
taunt to get bodied.
Taunt to get bodied. You hate to see it. That
Yeah.
is quite something. Alright, so once again, David with a strong lead here. Interesting to see what Surya does. Perhaps we won't be seeing any more taunts if he wants to secure this one.
maybe you'll just do it anyway for the
Yeah,
fans.
you know. Maybe he just really wants to get body this time. Good chase there, finds the jab. If he can find an early kill here with, Mac hits really hard. If he can find an early kill, then he may be able to bring this back. But what he's got to make sure is that David doesn't just fish these percents here.
Mm. Just seeing, yeah, the platform game. It's so hard for Mac to
He can just jump around
contend
freely.
with these
There's very
platforms.
little that Surya can do here. As well, Lucas's double jump is almost a recovery in itself. It's very floaty as well, so he can just jump and pretty much miss any attack that Surya is trying to throw out.
Mm.
It's almost a game of cat and mouse here, waiting to see when he's going to come down from the ledge.
Yeah.
This is what true Lucas camping looks like, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. Like, this is usually how you beat Mac in most matchups. Like, if you're truly trying to win, you do have to just camp out those platforms and exploit Mac's weaknesses.
Finds the jab. Yeah, I agree. Oh goodness, let go of shield a
Nice
little bit too
PK
early
freeze.
there. The rule with PK freeze on Wi-Fi is if you think it's done, hold shield a little bit longer and then it's done, because that lasts quite a while and will always catch you if you're not careful enough.
Yeah, parrying especially is very difficult on Wi-Fi. Oh, nice haymaker to get in.
Again, finding the completely free recovery return to stage, as Mac has pretty much no options to punish Lucas off stage. Oof.
Nice dash attack.
Takes a trade on the PK Fire. Oh, close. Gets
Oh,
the smash.
nice.
Okay, 63% coming up to a KO punch. Perhaps he'll find it if he doesn't taunt this time.
You reckon he's gonna taunt again?
I don't know. He's got it now. Let's see what he does with
He
it.
does
But
have it.
pretty sure he has to build up a little bit of percent though.
Yeah, it won't
Do you
kill
know-
at 0.
No, do you know what rough percent that usually kills at? I'm not too sure myself.
Oh, I'm not too sure. Maybe
Okay,
like
finds
40?
a good jab, 37. Oh,
Oh,
tried to
whiffs
read
it.
the roll on platform, but missed it. It's still winnable for him if he can space David here appropriately. These PK fires are
Yeah.
not necessarily about hitting him, but probably more so about keeping him at bay. Ooh, catches
Ooh,
the
PK
roll.
freeze.
PK
Gets out.
Thunder, this
Ooh,
could be
the
it.
PK
No,
Thunder.
that's it.
That'll do it.
What an interesting transition here we've seen from last match to this one. Lucas finding
Yeah.
a pretty convincing win. PK Thunder getting the gimp he needs off stage.
And I think the main difference I saw was in the last game. Surya was able to get that early lead and sort of throw David off guard with his how fast Mac is. but now in this game he's sort of warmed up to it a bit, so he sort of knew to expect that fast speed and those approaches from Surya. So now he could use that to take an early lead and then just keep it for the whole game.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I think a lot of Little Mac is reliant on really throwing your opponent off. It's almost like a mental game in a way, winning so convincingly so early that it's really hard to come back from. And that's kind of what we saw last match. But this one, you know, David came in prepared, stuck to the Lucas, you know, stuck to his guns, and really saw it through. Now that he sort of knew what was coming, and a lot of the things that were working last time for Surya as Little Mac weren't really this time. So interesting to see whether we see any character changes.
Yeah.
I would assume David would probably stay Lucas, as it seems to be working pretty well.
He's
Same characters, must be a map change.
Yeah, I think with Surya, since he just lost, now he has the advantage in that he can pick what stage he goes on. So now, FD.
FD.
Yeah,
so no
I think
platforms
this is
for
a really
Lucas
good choice
to toy around with anymore. It's going to be less of a cat and mouse. Funny the jab.
Like when Mac can pick what stage he goes on, it's a lot better for him to it's a lot better for him to get that advantage, because on FD he's like so much stronger, because most of his disadvantages, or not most of them, but some of him are like nullified. Like now he can't get platform camped for the whole game, so you sort of force Lucas to come to him.
I'm surprised that FD wasn't banned, honestly, but already we're seeing the impacts of that. You know, 16%, 83%. The numbers don't lie. Finds a PK fire, but doesn't mean much. Like I said, you can't really follow up from it. It's, you know, good couple percent, but doesn't mean much. Goes for the smash, gets the jab.
So strong.
And by now, Surya obviously knows those PK freezes are coming. It's easy. Roll away from them, shield them. They're not going to get you if you wait long enough. Looks like Surya's playing a lot more patiently here. See if he can find the punish off ledge. Gets the jab and the kill that he needs. This is looking a lot more like the first one. Interesting to see the first Mac Lucas, sorry, which was their second match. Interesting to see just how much the Mac impacts this matchup.
Yeah, I think in this game, unless David finds a way to sort of like confront the Little Mac and deal with him, it'll be a lot harder for him to contest it. Yeah.
Oh, goes for the hard read there with the PK Thunder, trying to read an approach, I suppose. He's got the KO punch here. This could turn around very quickly. Finds it. That is exactly what he needed.
Yeah, wow. Maybe I overestimated how strong that is.
Look, I think it's also a fact of, you know, we're not playing on Kalos anymore. This is FD to remember, and Lucas is pretty light. This is a very significant lead here. This is going to be quite hard for him to come back from. That up smash was
he
a
goes
little bit.
For it.
Yeah.
I think Surya's feeling himself this game.
Well, with a 2-stock lead, 90%, he's you know, looped him 2 times. He really
I wouldn't
has
be surprised if he starts taunting again. This might be like his form of taunting. Because that move's not really the best.
Simply picking Mac as a taunt, you know?
That's true.
Ooh.
Oh, he almost
just runs straight in with a dash. Ooh. Tries to read the up smash. Interesting. See, up smash is an interesting one for Lucas because there's not many situations where Little Mac is going to be above. Oh my. This is
that is super
something else. I said this one wasn't going to be cat and mouse.
Is he too low?
Oh no, he went too low.
He is too low.
Unfortunate end, but that was a pretty convincing lead for Surya.
Yeah. Very well played by Surya to just notice what his opponent was looking for and just play around it, and sort of notice how his opponent was playing, and so just counteract that by just forcing that approach, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well played to both contestants here.